In a world of reboots, remakes, and cinematic disasters, two dudes with no clue dare to ask, what the hell were they thinking? Popcorn ready, brains off, no film school, and no mercy. This is No Clue Movie Reviews.
What is up, and welcome to the No Clue Movie Reviews. I'm your host, Jay, and as always, I'm joined by my co-host, the bearded bastard himself, Malcolm.
Why did he go to space before he went to the hood?
Safer?
I guess.
Oh, man. So, for today, we decided to do a St. Patty's Day themed movie, whatever the you want to call it. We decided to review the 2000 horror movie Leprechaun in the Hood. I would have took space over this one, but
I would, yeah.
this one is the 5th movie in the Leprechaun series, which I thought was a bit much, and I come to find out there's 8 of them.
The 8th one is a movie that's not Leprechaun, and then they made it a Leprechaun movie.
Interesting. Okay. Well, surprisingly, there's a little star power in this movie with Ice-T in it. I mean, if you want to call that star power, but I mean, in the Hood, that's some major star power.
They did only have him for 10 minutes, so.
They also have Warwick Davis as the Leprechaun, obviously, and Anthony Montgomery playing Postmaster P. Yeah, that's an actor for you. Well, before we get started, what is your history with this movie or Leprechaun in general?
The first one terrified me as a child. It bugged me. But then, I mean, after watching this, what was I thinking?
I'm with you. I'm going to have to go back and watch the first, I must say 3, because I think I can skip the one in space, but I'm going to have to go back and watch the first 3 because I remember loving them. And this one threw me off a little. First thing was they added a flute in this one. And by added, I mean, that didn't exist pre this movie, but it is a major plot point in this movie.
Right. But I think somehow they made it canon mainly because they didn't want to make everything canon, that most of these leprechauns are not the same leprechaun.
Is that what it's supposed to be? Because it's all the same guy, but I mean...
But I guess it's kind of like all Dalmatians look the same. It's like all leprechauns look exactly the same.
Okay. Well,
I think the first 3 are the same actual leprechaun, but definitely like 4 and beyond. It's no one's at the helm.
Well, I don't think anybody knew what they were doing with this one, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember, did they have as many limericks? Like everything the leprechaun said was a fucking rhyme. Was it the same way on the first 3? Because I don't remember everything he said rhyming.
Right. Not a clue. It had to be, but then I could see if they amped it up for this one, but...
I mean, literally, this movie starts off with him doing a limerick.
It shows a such better possible movie for just a second.
In search of his loot, lest you suffer the rap of his golden flute.
And you think if I was a professional movie review podcaster, I would have done research and see if that was just pulled from a different film, but I didn't.
That actually looked a lot better than the rest of this was filmed. Like,
yes,
that looked good. The rest of this looked like it was filmed on a porno camera.
So that's why I believe that was repurposed from another film.
Could possibly. I honestly, the movie starting off with Ice-T, and I just say another dude with an afro using a pickaxe to bust through what are we in, an abandoned subway?
Sure, even though why don't you just use the door, because clearly someone has been in that room.
Yeah, that room is used all the time. They could have just, broke the...
I do love how before everyone just did de-aging, the way to show that someone's a younger version was give them an afro. They did that in one of the Naked Guns when they did a flashback. Everyone had an afro.
Yeah, but that was pretty funny. You know what? I was like him pulling the weapons out of his afro. That was funny. I liked that. Like him pulling the baseball bat out of the afro. That was fucking
funny. Yeah. This is good. Pulls a knife. Pulls a whole bat.
And then he reaches again and it was empty. Oh, but yeah, so that gave me a little chuckle. The leprechaun, he comes back to life because they are still in all the gold and shit, but they take the chain off of him, and I guess the chain is what's keeping him frozen.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, sure. Probably
What?
was never in any of the other movies. Pretty sure he would just what happened once he got all his gold? Then did he just want to stop and disappear?
I don't remember, to be honest. Is he like a dragon? He just protects his gold, and if the gold disappears, he goes after him?
Does that mean he's not really a bad guy? It's just like quit stealing from him?
The very first thing the Leprechaun says after the necklace comes off, did you catch? It was Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh, I didn't catch that, but I do find it interesting that somehow the leprechaun comes to life knowing all at the time modern culture.
Yeah, no, he definitely did. But he quoted MLK Jr. He said, "Free at last, free at last. Thank God I'm free at last." If this wasn't in the hood, would they have done that?
No. There's everything's kind of tongue in cheek on that. I'm see that's why I'm like thinking, is this creature kind of like omnipresent-ish?
Do you think there's multiple leprechaun statues around and like one comes to life and he just kind of takes over it? And
Yeah. And you can clearly tell that the first statue is a good statue that they must have got from anywhere else, but from their production value. And because then when you have to do the second one, it is so garbage. We just show. There's the good one. That looks great. Here's that one. Jesus fucking Christ.
maybe
There's this
depending on
hole
how long
fries.
he's frozen, the statue starts to look a little better.
Mm.
Yeah, either way. So you got young Ice-T, and by young Ice-T, I mean he literally just has a afro. There's kind of a little fight with him and the leprechaun, and he hits a valve which throws the necklace in the air, which lands back on the leprechaun, and he's frozen again. We get some time passed, but you really don't know how much because it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you 10 years later, 20 years later, unless I missed
Oh,
something.
yeah. Well, maybe because they wanted it to seem timeless, but boy, the music that these awful excuses for protagonists were singing, I thought had only been 5 years.
The music is awful in this movie. Even when they're supposed to be good, it's still bad.
It's
Which
like
is-
crappy, bad Run DMC shit.
And you know what? I bet you, Ice-T probably did this because, he just wanted to do a movie. I bet you he had some kind of production and that like he put some money towards this. Did you notice that Coolio popped in for about 10 seconds?
Yes, and at the exact same time I said, "Is that Coolio?" They go, "Is that Coolio?"
But yeah, he just pops in. So I bet you he got paid more than anybody to do this movie. And he had way less time in it. Let's jump to, I don't even know the other guys' names. I know we got Postmaster P, who's like antagonist of the movie, and a couple other guys on stage.
We have Butch and something to do with guns.
They're on stage. They get kicked off stage.
No, they don't. Well, it's because this equipment explodes. Are they running 600 volts through this thing? Yeah. What was that? But here, if you look closely, that is just a wooden board with 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 nails driven in it, and maybe a walkie-talkie.
Well, maybe they'd driven a nail through an electrical cord and
But that's the magical device that chemical that he had put in it that was apparently the wrong chemical caused it to explode. It's a piece of wood. It's just a piece of wood. It's like, just don't. That's why you don't ever. And you see that even later on in the pawn shop when they're buying equipment, you don't actually see the equipment.
God, this movie was it was something else.
I'm having fun with I can accept low, production value. Fine, be a cheap movie, but it's just, I don't know.
Try to make it make sense. I get it. I'm glad you looked into that because I didn't look to see the explosion. I was just caught off guard by the fact that they blew up the shit on stage and they were still invited back later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the only club in Compton, apparently.
Yeah, obviously. Like, there's not a whole lot of people that rap around this area, I guess. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Postmaster P, he preaches positivity. That's his whole thing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Well, you start breaking off in rhymes right now.
Well, doing better than them. They're going around because they need money now. So they're going around trying to sell their vintage guitar that was signed and owned by Jimi Hendrix at one point. Signed in 1971. And apparently everybody in the hood knows that Jimmy died in 1970.
I like how I kind of like, and then they do nothing with it. They start doing this running gag about Butch being a virgin.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that at the beginning there, but
Mhm.
later on when the grandmother asked him, "You still a virgin?"
Oh,
Like,
yeah, but even when they're trying to rip off their fellow, community members here.
Boy, you need to get yourself some pussy. Before you blow off your dick fucking around with all them chemicals.
Chemicals. I love alright, that's the only good part about that character is the way he goes, "Chemicals."
I don't know, I kinda liked how he was carrying a sword with him later for no reason instead of, like, a gun or anything when he was locking up the shop in the back alley.
Yeah, I don't know, mm. Wait, no, Pulp Fiction had a pawn shop owner that had a sword, so I could accept
Yeah,
it.
but that sword wasn't the pawn shop owner wasn't the one that used it, that was, Butch.
He got
That
it used. Oh my
yeah.
god. Butch.
But they go from the pawn shop to a random I guess you would call it a convenience store ran by this Asian dude named Chow.
It's gotta be the convenience store because, yeah, we have Chow who, in this scene, he's playing Chow that "I hate black people, you buy, you leave now."
Yeah.
Even though that's not the same Chow. Maybe it's a different Chow. It's not a different Chow. They just didn't do good writing Chow.
Chow might be my favorite part of the movie. Hell, even the Leprechaun annoyed me in this one, to be honest. I'm telling you, this convenience store, whatever the hell you want to call it, it
Mhm.
looks like a Chinese restaurant with some shit thrown up front that they can make it look like a convenience store.
You leave Chow's store.
Look,
Go
Oh,
on.
yeah, that
Take
yeah,
that
you're
your
right.
black ass home. 回来，回来，go go
look at
go.
that. Tell me that's not
Definitely
a
the back. The
yeah.
back is maybe the back is a restaurant, the front's a store.
Okay. But I love that they go from I mean, so they had a guitar. Could they not sell the guitar for 20, $30 anyways? They end up throwing it in the trash because they can't get
Yeah.
anybody to buy their bullshit.
I think you could have got took it at $30 and gone to Home Depot and got yourself another board.
Something. I mean, you, at least that and 7 nails. That way it won't explode next time.
Yeah.
Walking along, they see who they refer to in this one scene only as Mack Daddy Onassis.
Mhm.
And of course, they call him Onassis because he owns asses. Yeah. Only time you
Used to
hear
be a
that.
pimp, now he's in that gangster rap, like it's a new thing on the fucking streets.
Yeah, it's
That's why I
such
feel like
weird.
this, like, I don't know, the writer is just a little off. He's in the wrong decade with this movie.
I don't know what the writer was going for here. I really don't. But 2000 gangster rap had been around for a while, quite
I
a
think
long
it was
time.
about over. I think at that point, everyone's just saying their name 30, 40 times a minute and showing chains. There was no talking about shooting each other anymore until they got Twitter. Then they started talking about shooting each other again. But
What?
I do like Ice-T's little, he got pretty good one-liners.
Ain't the Milli Vanilli of Compton rap. Heard you guys are sampling chipmunk tracks now.
The way Butch looks at him because he knows that he is the fat one of the chipmunks. He's like, oh.
It's so funny because in my notes the whole way through until I actually heard Butch's name later, I
Mhm.
refer to him as the fat one.
Yes.
Why in the fuck was it so easy for Onassis to like tell them like he wants to listen to him, he'll sign them, whatever. Like they need to get away from their little preachy shit. They need to be in that hard shit.
Hmm.
Yeah. I don't know about the guy.
Did you notice that they do have one fan at this point? Look at the guard. He's enjoying it. See, he's a little disappointed that he turned it off. It's like, oh, come on, man. I was just getting into that.
That music they're playing is very, very early, like
It's like
90s.
slow down Will Smith, clean your room and stuff.
Oh, that's it's that bad, but it's
I mean, come on. Yeah, it is. It is.
they go from Postmaster P wanting,
Mhm.
he doesn't want to change his shit because he sings about that positivity, remember?
Positivity.
Yeah. And so basically they're told to get the fuck out. One guy actually tries to step to Mack Daddy Onassis and almost gets his ass kicked, but then they come up with a plan later to break into his office and steal some shit. It's their way to get money and to buy a new board and all that. But like this guy clearly knows everybody in town, right? They make mention of that multiple times. Onassis knows everybody. He runs the town.
Stray Bullet. That's our third guy. Stray
Ah.
Bullet. Yeah, and he's the real gangster. He's the one that comes with the idea. We're gonna just go rob Ice-T. And
Well,
I like how Postmaster's like, man, I don't want to do that. And then he makes this great point that I was thinking at that same.
So it's okay to play your little bullshit scam on Jackie D and Chow, but you too high and mighty when it comes down to the real deal, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, it's like, oh, you can go rob your fellow community members, but let's not rob from the pimp.
They're too far off from each other to actually have been in a group together.
Yeah, I mean,
There's no way that they were.
because you have the fat technical nerd, which doesn't play well. You have the goody two shoes, and you have the clear, obvious poser gangster.
So
That
he's
is
the one
Trey
that I think should be the lead of the group, but clearly Postmaster P is the lead. And
Yeah,
I think they went the wrong route with that. The gangster guy you're in the hood. You needed the gangster guy being the lead guy.
we needed a lot more things in the hood. This was not the hood. This was just some shitty kind of empty lots.
Did you like Postmaster P? I'm just gonna start calling him P or Post.
Yeah.
So did you like P's little grand entrance when Butch and Stray Bullet? Is that what you said?
Oh,
When
yeah.
Butch and Stray are about to go ahead and follow through with their going and robbing the place. You got P makes a grand entrance, almost like Armageddon style.
Is it when they kind of he keeps fading as he's coming across the bridge? Like
And-
he's coming in there, but you could tell, like in the editing, it's like it is taking too long to get. It's like, why did they film the entire walk? Just fade it, hop it through like 3 times.
You get his little grand entrance, and they go ahead and break into Ice-T's office. Does he live here, or is it
Sure.
just his office?
It looks like it has office carpet, so we'll call it an office.
Okay. They go in, they start taking all the gold. They look around, first of all.
Sure.
They steal a gun. They found
They
a
found
little
a gun. That's like the first thing.
Yeah, and a little treasure chest full of gold and the leprechaun statue. Why would you keep that leprechaun statue in your office? Lock that bitch away in a safe somewhere.
Yeah, or like pour concrete on top of it and bury it.
Yeah, do something. That way you literally can't. Yeah, whatever. I don't know. During all this, Ice-T walks in, and the one that found the gun, I believe, is Stray Bullet, or what was it? P. Which one found the gun?
That I do believe Stray.
Okay. Well, whichever one had the gun, accidentally, he shoots Ice-T just out
Oh.
of.
I'm wrong. P had the gun. He got scared, startled. So he Flint shot him.
So yeah, P shoots the gun, shoots Ice-T. They grab everything they can, including the flute and the necklace off of the fucking leprechaun.
Yeah.
The leprechaun wakes up, and he has another reference here that if he's been asleep forever, he wouldn't know this reference.
Come hand me gold, you thieving hoods. You got more loot than Tiger Woods.
Either he's still quite alive when he's encased as a rock, and he's just been watching TV if it's been left on. I don't know. Or he's just a powerful god demon that's in green outfit.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking tell you because it didn't make any sense. I mean, don't get me wrong. I kind of liked the rhyme there, but it just didn't make any sense.
I'm
Why did you
enjoying
know
the
that?
rhyme, but I like picking apart the logic of it. But
But anyway, they shoot the shit out of the dude. They only had the one gun, right? Yeah. How many bullets would it take from that one gun for an arm to fall off?
I don't know. I haven't shot a little person in a while.
Oh,
I didn't
shit.
say the other word.
Well, he's not technically a midget. In fact, I think he's rather tall for a leprechaun.
Definitely in some scenes when it's obviously a stunt double, which sometimes I wonder if it's a small woman or a large child. Either one's funny.
Well, luckily, we find out that Ice-T, he wasn't actually shot because he
No.
got shot in a necklace he was wearing. I mean, this
Which,
movie's all about convenient necklaces and necklace placement.
I
But
knew
he
there's a
wake-
reason to have all them chains, you know?
I wear a big chain everywhere I go now, just in case. If I go to the hood, I get a big chain on. I like how he wakes up and he sees the leprechaun's hand crawling around. I was like, that was kind of humorous. He jumps up and runs out the building. Matt-
As the leprechaun calls him a fat ass.
Oh yeah. I had another little
With
rhyme
some
there.
sort of-
yeah,
yeah.
big fat ass. I forget what he says, but I didn't even bother. It wasn't funny. It was at this point I've heard Leprechaun speak 4 times, and 3 of them was him trying to rhyme. The other one was him quoting MLK. Matt goes to the club and he calls someone telling him to bring big guns, and shit is going down. You know,
Yeah,
whatever.
we're gonna assume it's the crew / his guard
Yeah.
Which it would have been nice if it. Would it matter if it was a crew? It don't matter.
It doesn't matter, and he should know that. He knows that, but I don't think he was thinking about the Leprechaun at this point. I think he was thinking about going after P
Gotta get-
and
Mhm.
Ray and Butch, and he's in the bathroom at this place, and he's smoking a joint, and the Leprechaun shows up out of nowhere, like, curious
Magical
aroma.
creature. Yeah. Exactly what was one of the checklists that the Leprechaun needed to do in Leprechaun in the Hood. He just didn't do one thing.
What's that?
And I'll get to that later.
Well, I find this humorous. He goes, that's a curious aroma. Now, here's the thing. He hits it, and he's like, that's an interesting blend. So he went from not knowing what the aroma was to like,
Mhm.
oh, this blend is off.
It's like he's downloading culture at all times somehow.
Gotta be
It's like
it.
remember the Transformers? They just hacked into the internet.
I guess.
He's got AOL in his head. That's how it works.
I like how he ripped off one of Ice Cube's fingers. Not a huge deal. Nobody seems to fucking care. I mean, I say
Mhm.
nobody. Ice Cube runs out, and the bartender tries to attack him. The bartender
Yeah.
gets murdered, electrocuted, whatever. What?
Yeah, it's kind of a half-hearted zombie takeover.
Well, this Leprechaun has like every fucking Pokemon power you can imagine. He can like he's got lightning bolts. He can heat up shit. He can do whatever he wants. But I'm like, why is he fucking around? He could have killed the P in them in like a snap of his finger.
Yeah, it's almost like he's so powerful that this is just fun.
Like he's just playing around the whole time. He has no fear of
Yeah,
getting frozen again.
Well, we are seeing him liking Compton because like he hears rap and he likes it. And then we don't hear much about it. And then all of a sudden, I think he's a pimp at
It
one
certainly
point.
seems that way. I have questions on that, but we'll get there when we get there.
I wanted that story. Get rid of these three. Let's just follow Leprechaun actually becoming a kingpin in Compton in the year 2000.
Maybe that's what Back to the Hood is.
I'm taking my ball and I'm going home. I'm not doing that one.
Oh, well, obviously he tells Ice-T before he ran off that he's going to help him get his shit back.
Mhm.
You know, that's it. They're working together to get his shit back. That's the only reason he
Ish.
took his finger and doesn't kill him.
Yeah.
You got P is with the guys at the pawn shop again, trying to sell the gold. The guy's trying to rip him off. He's got a shit ton of gold for what is the equipment they're buying? Because
It's again, it's a mystery. We kind of it's underneath the Nintendo 64 that you see up on the shelf. They pull it and it's always out of sight.
Okay. Well, I did like the Nintendo 64 being on display because oddly enough, that it's not new at this point, but it at least puts in perspective what year you're in because that it's been out for about 4 years by this point. So you know that it's at least 96 to 2000, somewhere in there that they're supposed to be in.
I'm accepting that it's 2000.
P starts blowing the whistle, and while he's doing that, everyone just stops and stares at him, you know, frozen, like they're mesmerized by the flute, even though there's no audible noise. Like
There
none.
is, but it's badly mixed that I was questioning if I heard anything.
I mean, I didn't like. I felt like it was a dog whistle, you know, like the dogs could hear it. But, I mean, maybe that is what they're going for because the Leprechaun clearly heard it. Like every time he blows the whistle, you get a cutaway of the Leprechaun, like ooh, you know, doing that.
Yeah, which is not a necessary trait because he's supposed to have the ability to be drawn towards his gold. He just knows where it's at. He's just got to get there. It's like the movie It Follows, but bad.
But that's what I'm saying is they added this flute for like
for nothing. It just for a storyline I wish they didn't do.
The whole need for the flute is to make it where Ice-T made it big and these guys have it so they can make it big. The flute was just it was just jammed in there, like shoved up our ass.
And I don't know if I just discovered leprechauns were real, that's all I would be talking about. That's all. I wouldn't be still thinking about some rap competition that so I can go to Las Vegas. I didn't know leprechauns are real. Oh my God, leprechauns are real. Did I kill a leprechaun?
And am I supposed to believe that? Okay, at this point, they think they killed Ice-T, so let's be fair. But am I supposed to believe that Ice-T isn't going to know where this rap competition is at?
Or the fact that he knows these boys?
They're
Yeah,
trying
'cause he
so hard to get to Vegas. They have enough
yeah.
gold to go to Vegas.
Just
They go back to the Asian market,
Mhm.
and I put that in quotes because I don't know what the fuck this place is. But
It's a wet market. Fuck it.
I did say this. Chow, he's wanting to dance in the video, and he starts dancing, and it's one of the worst dancers I have watched in
Yes.
any review. I say one of them because Stuttering John still takes the cake on that one. And
Oh.
I'm sorry. I would
Aw.
rather watch Chow than John.
But here, again, now we have a totally different Chow. We could say that it's the money that makes him like, "Oh, me like you now."
Is there a chance that it was a different guy in the beginning? Because I don't remember them calling the first guy Chow. I only heard Chow when they went to the second time. It's
Well,
clearly the same market, though.
except the whole point that fucking Stray Bullet was saying, because he
Oh,
named
yeah.
Chow then. So it is Chow. It's just called bad writing.
Bad writing, bad directing, bad acting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But P starts blowing the whistle again, and everyone is just staring at him. And I put here, the leprechaun can clearly hear the shit. How does P not realize what's going on with the flute yet? Like they keep stopping and staring at him every time he fucking blows it.
Mm-hmm. He hasn't put it together yet. He just finds like, well, that's weird.
Well, we get another random leprechaun thing because, like I said, the leprechaun clearly hears it, and you jump back to him, and I believe he says,
In a matter of time, the flute will be mine.
it's
What
like they're
about the
just,
rest of your gold? You gotta get your gold too.
once again, the first movies were all about his gold. The flute was just crammed in here. It was an unnecessary prop they added, but they made the entire movie revolve around it. I don't like it. I'm sorry. The leprechaun, this is what I was talking about with dude with the sword. So the leprechaun shows up at the pawn shop, and Jackie C, that's his name. He's closing up the pawn shop from the back from the
Oh no, he's Jackie D. The woman we see, that's supposed to be Jackie C. Now, interesting enough, when we first see the grandma, she talks to Butch and says, "Is Jackie D still messing around for your mama?" I think Jackie C is Butch's mama. Obviously, not the Jackie C that we see, because that's clearly a zombie. Oh, now I'm rhyming.
Jackie B. But I love how so it was Jackie D then. Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
That's about as lazy as naming yourself Jay on a podcast, you know?
Hey.
He's back there locking up and he's carrying a sword, which I found that kind of humorous. That's his only defense. Like, you're in the hood, have a gun. You own a pawn shop. You obviously have guns. I don't get it. He goes out to his car and there's
after some time. I think is it supposed to be a passage? No, it's not, because if he's locking up, the next place would be car. But yet the movie goes to a different scene, so it feels like more time has passed.
So I'm under the impression that this is just a leprechaun in disguise.
It's not.
No, it's just a random chick that starts to look ugly as shit while he's filling her up.
Kind of. I think it's the leprechaun, another just new power that he can project a creature of some sort.
He's sitting in the fucking guy's trunk laughing like a little kid playing hide and seek.
Yes. I mean,
look at that shit-eating grin.
It's a good look, but it's weird. It's like, why are you in the trunk? I know you're in control of the Jackie C chick. I don't even think that's an actual person. I think it's some sort of thing you've whipped up.
Well, yeah, because my notes, I literally put, he dies somehow while the leprechaun is sitting in the trunk. Yeah, I just put somehow. You don't see anything. You don't see a dead body. You don't. And it was in the middle of the street at that. Like, his car was parked in the middle of the street. He didn't get out of the car as far as I saw. He was just there.
Yep. I accepted Jackie D's death because they sold the gold to him. So he does.
He had the gold.
I accept that. There's no excuse why he killed Chow. Chow had money.
Did Chow not buy any gold from him in nothing?
No, because they pawned the gold for cash. They bought supplies for a party.
So the only reason he killed Chow then was because his flute, that was the last place it was played.
There, so
that was the last place his flute was played. So he maybe thought Chow had it.
But he seems to know everything all the time anyway. I think I don't know.
Yeah, that's kind of the whole premise of the movie is I don't know.
Now, we accept that Chow is dead. We see it kind of off camera. He gets choked like it's the 1950s.
Oh, no, there's
horror
no
movie.
accepting Chow is dead because they go back later and you see Chow's body
Aha.
parts.
Walked you right into that one.
Oh, handy.
Okay.
Oh, a handy. I like that.
What's wrong with those eyes? What's
They're-
wrong with those eyes?
They're closed or they're not squinty. What are you going for here?
Well, they're not Asian eyes. I'll tell you that. That's not an Asian face.
No, that's
That
not.
is-
That's definitely not Chow. That's not the person that was.
That's a caucus face if I ever seen one.
But
They must just pick some random half like face prop from a different movie that was in a trunk somewhere for it and shoved it in what I'm going to say are empty cheesy poof buckets.
I was gonna say either that or those giant pickle jars that you can buy on like that random
Yeah.
aisle that's got like the 2-3 gallon mayonnaise and shit like that. Let's go ahead and move on to P and I still didn't know names here, so I said P and crew. They're at
Sure.
a party. But they're out on a rooftop talking. Nobody's in this building at this party.
There's like sounds like there's people.
Yeah, but like there's people inside, but they're out on the roof, like instead of partying. And
Yes.
naturally, P's being a pussy, he doesn't feel right about spending the money and partying because they got it from killing a dude.
A bad dude that he did do the killing and
Yeah.
had no problem. He only has a problem now. He did not have a single problem while they were pawning it. It was
No,
just
not one bit.
fixated. And he had no problem if he taking a flute from a dead man's hand.
And you can clearly tell he could fix the problem now. Ice-T somehow walks up on him while they're on the roof. Like once again, Mack Daddy Onassis knows everything going on in this hood. It's his hood. So he walks up on them while they're on the roof, and he's got his bodyguard with him, and he tells them just give him the flute back.
Just give him the flute. You don't even know its superpower yet.
Yeah.
You thought it was weird, but yeah,
No.
and at the same time, you feeling bad. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's also that. It's like, oh, I feel bad, but I ain't giving you no flute.
I know. Well, he felt bad because they shot him. Well, he's
Yeah.
not dead. There you go. You're no longer got to feel bad. Give back the flute. The gold is gone. That is what it is. He didn't ask for the gold, though. He asked for the flute. Ice-T pulls out a gun because they aren't giving it to him, and he tries to shoot, but with the finger that was ripped off. He's ow, and he drops the gun. Why the fuck did the bodyguard not just pull his gun and shoot right then and there?
Because he liked their music. So he decided to stormtrooper it.
This jump, all three of them jump. How high was this roof?
It looked like 2 stories, and my knees would have hurt.
Yeah, definitely would have hurt. But jumping into like I've seen it done in tons of movies, and like choreographing a single person jumping into a dumpster is pretty impressive. So I will give them this. If they actually choreograph that jump, 3 guys all at once jumping from a 2-story roof into a dumpster, hey, that was pretty impressive. I don't think it was faked. So they need to find somewhere to stay because they're scared to death of Ice-T. I mean, Butch thinks he's a ghost. Let's throw that out there. He can't explain why there's a bodyguard with him, but he thinks he's a ghost for some goddamn reason. So their solution, they somehow know of this trans prostitute to go stay with. And we know she's trans because she mentions that she's needing money to save up for her surgery.
Fontaine. That's what Fontaine.
They decide to go out on the roof of and I'm just gonna call her the whore from here on out. They go out on the whore's roof and they're singing again, and they are fucking awful. Like holy shit. And the neighbor starts yelling at them and throwing shit at them. Well, I'm confused on what the whistle actually does. So does the whistle make people think that music is good, or does the whistle make them better at music? Because after they blow the whistle, they completely change their singing
It
ability.
changes. It doesn't get better, but it changes.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely goes from a cappella to having background music. All he does is blow the whistle, and the neighbor that was just throwing shit at him comes back out and tells him to sing some more. Where the fuck did this crowd come from that's out on the roof with them?
I don't know. At this point, that's when I started. Every time these little bits, I started playing the movie at 1.25 to get it over with, which made the song slightly better.
No, did it now?
Now we the big G. You gonna say please dope is a track. Hope got it back. Gonna get lost next step. That's a fact.
This part cracked me up. We're back at the, they show the shot of Chow being cut up in pieces, or Jimmy, whatever the fuck, whoever was in those jars, whatever. But we're back at the horrors, and she's like going to bed, so she drops her top, and it's just funny.
That I understand it's a dude in a dress, but that made it like
It was so much worse somehow.
It was so much worse.
Like, I was okay with it being a trans chick, but yeah, this was weird. Seeing the dude's chest and him like trying to act like it's all. I don't know. I'm sorry if I'm offending any trans people, but God, that was weird. But on the way back to her bedroom, the leprechaun walks in and she starts hitting on him. Do you have it? This one was kind of funny. Do you have it?
Okay. Come to play with fruit. I only seek me magic flute.
I didn't catch it at first. I went, wait. Did he say fruit?
Two things. Either he was referring to her banana hammock, her banana down there, or he was straight up calling her a fruit instead of. Oh, and I was like, okay, that's pretty fucking funny. But
yeah,
she takes him to the room anyways.
Yeah, and I what the hell is this?
Boy got company.
I don't think he was just choking her.
No, I think they were going at it at first.
Yeah, he's trying out dab it.
But then you get that choking scene again. And I mean, like, I guess those hands are so stiff, like with his hands in there. Cause I mean, his hands can't be too big in there. So that's like got to be 3 times the size of his hand. So
yeah, it's all just mushing.
So yeah, he can't close the fingers on it. So that it's like he's just barely touching the neck. But somehow that is supposedly killing this person, and there's blood flying out of her neck at this point. And why choke if he can literally burn them, electrocute them, shoot a hole through them?
Yeah, the finger shotgun that he has.
Oh, I mean, there's so much that you can do. Why waste? Why do the worst strangling ever in a movie?
Kill scenes are the most disappointing, except randomly when they're not.
This next scene, though, they look back out and see the little leprechauns walking around. He's already like he's looking around just to find the flute. So at this point, again, it's almost like, oh, this is the last place the flute was played. So he's just looking around. That's why I think he killed Chow. He thought Chow maybe had it, and then he killed Horror.
I guess I shouldn't try so hard to find reason why a demon does something.
Yeah, well, these guys could have ran out. There clearly was a roof they could have gone on and got the fuck out of there. Instead, the fat one, as I kept calling him at this point because I missed his name at some point, he decided that if he mixed douche, or as he put it, dush, and lube, he said that's very combustible if mixed with electricity. I said, I guess chicks better not douche and then use lube to fuck themselves with an electric vibrator.
They're just gonna catch on fire like the goddamn leprechaun did.
Dude, they set him on fire, and they literally shot his arm off earlier. So why did they think burning him was going to work? Why did they not just
I don't know.
Window?
I think they just had to do the blurred thing, the black nerd.
Okay, yeah.
I guess just like another thing. It's like, okay, work on the virginity bit.
Well, we get back to that because we get
don't.
Well,
we
no,
grandma.
we get to the grandma, and she brings up the virginity thing.
Boss, you still a virgin?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, what's wrong with you, son?
She's a favorite character. She's one
Yeah.
of the good ones.
One of the good actors. But what is it with these movies? I'm going to use this term, but what is it with the hood movies to where the older black women want their bunions rubbed by their grandchildren?
Yeah, I don't know, and I don't think either one of us have the qualifications to answer that.
Please put it in the chat, even if you fucking hate it. Just tell me. I gotta know, because I've seen that in a few movies. Post shows the other dude the flute, mesmerizes people. I have to know, and I started questioning this. What does the flute do? Does it make people like music, or does it make people do what you tell them to do?
I was thinking this at each time you've asked, and I think it basically like makes someone like you or fall in love with you in a sense.
So,
because if they become mesmerized by you, then anything you do would be amazing.
So if they keep running from Ice-T, why did they not just play the flute and make him
Play
like
the flute on him. Yeah.
they get the plan now because they don't want to stay at his grandmother's house that they know they can go stay at the church or whatever. And they
Oh,
offer this
yeah.
reverend, and I mean, he's a very shady dude, but they offer
It's
this
oh,
reverend.
that's another thing for these hood movies that the reverend's always a little shady.
Yes.
I mean, think about Friday with
Oh,
Bernie
yeah.
Mac.
Miss Parker, Miss Parker. But they offer him $50 to let him stay in the church, and he
Mhm.
goes, "Hey, y'all can sing." So our lead singer got himself arrested again, so he wants them to sing for the church the next day.
Oh, this is when I started hitting fast forward again.
Well, why is there a Star of David in the background of the church they're in?
Oh, Black Israelites. Done. Next question.
Like I spent entirely too much time trying to figure this out. I could not. But this is where Coolio also shows up, and then Post obviously uses there he is.
Christ. I like it.
Oh,
Like
that's Coolio.
it's almost like the character broke the scene as Coolio was walking. It's like, yo,
Dude, how funny would that be if I like Coolio wasn't supposed to be in this and Ice-T was just like friends with him and talked to him, hey, walk in while they're doing the scene. Post, he plays the flute and everybody sits back down. And at this point, like obviously the other two realize what's going on, but they go from trying to do this a cappella bullshit to all of a sudden having background music. That's why I ask again, what the fuck does the flute do?
I don't know because it doesn't make this movie good.
No,
No,
it
no.
made the movie worse.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, this right here, if they're so scared of Ice-T, they have the musical flute that can pretty much make people do what they want. If he shows up, make him shoot himself or
Yeah.
love him or leave. As we stated earlier, Ice-T knows everything going on.
Yeah, I don't know how he knows this one.
They go upstairs, hiding like little bitches again. Actually, kind of funny on this part right here. They're all looking at each other like,
Right. 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 Right.
Right.
I like how you get into it.
that is the humor that I remember from the first few.
At least by the third, it was definitely that. The first one played more serious, spooky.
Oh,
I don't
man.
know, or I was 10.
I'm gonna have to go with the fact that I was like 10 because I
Yeah.
almost don't want to go back and rewatch the first one because I'm afraid it's gonna ruin it for me. Oh man, but yeah, Ice-T has a gun pointed at them. The leprechaun walks out. They ask him what he's gonna do about the leprechaun. Ice-T says, "Fuck him. He should have just killed him a long time ago."
Mhm.
And they're trying to tell him he's back there, but Ice-T keeps telling us the oldest trick in the book. And this is where you see the finger gun out of nowhere. Shoots the fucking guard. Why did he shoot the guard? The guard is like one of the few people that hasn't wronged him.
Yeah, that'd be true.
That goes against, like, he hasn't attacked the leprechaun like the bartender did.
Mhm.
He hasn't
Yeah.
stolen anything from him. He didn't think that the guy had his flute. Literally, in the grand scheme of things here, the bodyguard or the right hand man, whatever the fuck Ice-T
Yeah.
guy is, had nothing to do with this. Like, should not have died. So Ice-T runs off. They go and hide in a room, and the Reverend, he's like, "What the
Yeah,
fuck
we'll
is
say his
going on?"
office. Yeah.
Yeah, like I said, they have him locked out, and he's trying to burst the door open. And I guess they just happen to know, it's movie magic. They happen to know when he's about to slam his shoulder into the door about as hard as he can, and they got the idea to get him locked in the safe. So they open the door, perfect timing. He runs into the safe. They shut the safe on him.
I didn't
So
know it was a safe at first. I thought it was like a foot locker because it looked real flimsy at first.
it looked about as realistic as that brick wall from Police Academy. Here is another scene that just didn't, or I say another scene, another thing that did not make any sense to me. From the depths of the netherworld, I summon you, my zombie fly girls. I don't get it. Are they zombies or are they hypnotized?
Well, I'm not giving an excuse like this is what they were doing, but technically the original definition of a zombie would be someone that's in a trance. Nothing to do with undead.
So we're to understand that he had already started collecting a harem of women at this point.
Yes, which then they do backtrack and kind of show.
Yeah, okay. Okay. I can accept that. I was just
Mhm.
curious because I was thinking zombie as in like they're dead coming back to life. But he does say from the
Yeah.
depths of the netherworld. Oh,
He
but
does he what do they do when they get there?
they're pointless. And I make mention of that multiple times. They
Yeah.
show up, they see the Reverend, but what was the point? Because the leprechaun kills the Reverend from behind.
Yeah, he
Why
got out of the safe like it was nothing.
was it literally just for the limerick?
Yeah. That no one was there to listen to. He just likes to entertain himself.
I am so sorry for choosing this one of the 8 that we could have. The guys, they go back to their little, I guess, the club, and
Yeah.
they perform for the whatever the dude's name was again, and I guess they did so good that the guy told them that they're gonna be going to Vegas. We get the Fly Girls again, and they're all excited because the girls are there, and they went backstage with the guys, but still, why were they there? Because he just walks in with them. He didn't need
Mhm.
them. And once again, why didn't he just fucking kill them? Why is he playing around with them? If he wants his flute,
Oh my god. So, he gets the flute at this point, right? Yes, he does. He does get the flute.
at this scene, he takes the flute back, and then one of them tries to attack him. I believe it is the stray
It is
bullet.
yep, stray
Yeah, he
bullet.
points the
Got
gun
all
at him,
two.
and
Mhm.
then the zombie, goddamn, the leprechaun. I don't even think he uses the flute. He just uses his magic to make him point the gun at himself.
At the
So
now he has, Magneto powers.
exactly. He's got whatever you wanna call it. He's got every power you can fucking imagine, but he wants this flute for who knows what. It's just he needs a flute. He already can make people do whatever he wants.
It's
Oh my
it's
god.
it's
Did
wrong.
Stuttering John write this shit?
No, because here's the difference. I see no potential in this movie.
For the dude supposedly shooting himself in the head, there is very little blood, and I mean very, very little blood, and his head is still rather intact.
Well, if the angle that it actually shows, which I'm not gonna show because YouTube and guns,
Yeah.
um, it would have just blown the tip of his chin off if
Well,
you look at the actual angle.
why did P take his body from the club?
Yeah, and place it in the car. Yeah, well, okay,
He shot
like,
himself.
yeah, he shot
That's clear
himself in a
suicide.
club. Just run.
Yeah, or
You,
call the police and say, "Oh my god, my friend shot himself."
yeah, he was real sad.
There's nothing at all that would have been wrong about that. He literally did shoot himself. I did hear the leprechaun say something is the bomb. I forget what it was, but he said something is the bomb, and
Yeah.
I said that is as cringe as I remember the late '90s being. The leprechaun shows up at Post Grandma's house, and she offers him food,
Yeah,
which
and here's the deal. If you treat him nice, he's not harmful.
no, he seems like a rather enjoyable person.
Like, he
Although
actually seems like, wow, someone's being nice to me.
I am confused though. Did this scene actually happen? Because like Post
No.
wakes up. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't get that. But this whole scene,
No.
why
Yeah.
did she doesn't think he can feed himself because of his arthritis. Why would
Yeah.
a blind person think you can feed somebody better? I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a rather humorous thing. I wish I would have showed a little bit more. She's in there making him a meal and goes to feed him because she says his hands won't lift. And I agree because his hands can't do a damn thing. But
That was probably realistic because it's like, well, he can't actually use the utensils, so we got to do something else.
she stabs him in the eye with the fork trying to feed him and rips it out. And like I said,
It was like campy, all right. I enjoyed it, though it was so fake, but
it
that's
was a
fine.
clean rip. Like it
Mhm.
had what
Yeah.
3 tendrils hanging from the eye, but nothing
Were they
connected to the
green?
head. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
green. Yeah, but I guess it was all a dream. And this right here, if you look it up, this is a famous scene from this movie. But it was
Oh,
all a dream because
okay.
after that, like there's another part where he dreams he wakes up from the dream and then somebody else is at the door and then he wakes
Yeah,
up from that
straight.
dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stray
That-
bullet,
yeah.
blood on him.
And then he wakes up from
again.
another dream and the fat one is there wearing glasses with fucking
With those lights. Yeah, they're
flashlights on it.
they're a little tinker for like working on electronics.
Is that literally just to show that he is a nerd? Is that part
Yes,
of it?
because he keeps them on for the rest of the movie.
Including when he's in drag, but we'll get to
Yes,
that.
and here's a question: or are we actually at that part yet?
Not quite yet because there was
Okay.
one part because there's actually a very important part. He has to explain So he has a Leprechauns for Dummies
Oh,
book.
yes, which I did enjoy that. And
Very
it
late
looks
90s,
so
early
good.
2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a nice reference, and it looks so good. I'd look to see if that was a real book because it didn't look crappy. It looked
Was it?
perfect. No, it's not. It's
Oh,
just for this
disappointing.
movie.
So he reads in there that leprechauns are allergic to four-leaf clovers, and
Mhm.
so he put some four-leaf clovers in a joint. And he also
Mhm.
found out that they're taking women to the leprechaun's room at this hotel, and they're never coming back. So he thinks that they're all getting fucked to death, which is
Fucked to death, which, like, what? That's
Yeah.
not a
kind
no.
of a stretch. I mean, considering they already saw multiple zombie horrors at one point, so they decided to dress in women's clothing. Butch didn't even shave.
Yeah. Yeah, it was bad. And is it just minus like the Friday movies? Why do every black comedies always have to have a black man in drag?
I
There
don't
are
know.
so many, and it's all the time. And I
And
know
not
they don't
hey,
play
not
that
to say
gay
that
shit.
yeah, not to say that there's not a lot of white movies, like
Right.
white specific movies like that, but you're right, there are quite a few. That's why I love
Yeah.
Friday. Friday was so good in almost every way that this one is like almost the exact opposite. There's nothing
Mhm.
redeeming
Mhm.
about this movie. Like I said, Butch didn't even fucking shave, dude. Based on the
No.
Leprechaun's preferences from earlier, like with some of the girls that he had already, and the one girl he brought up with him that the other ones were like, "Oh, does this one look good?" It wasn't happening. The Leprechaun wasn't falling for this shit. The girls are like, and this is where I said, so now the girls are supposedly hypnotized, not zombies. But I guess you
Mhm.
kind of you kind of settled that one for me. So whatever.
Yeah.
They get them to smoke the joint with them, and I guess that freed them up.
Yeah, it breaks the spell. Okay. They had no idea what they didn't know if that was gonna kill them.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
They could have just killed the
Yeah.
girls. They didn't know what was going on. But
Or they
once
just go to
again, though,
sleep or some sort of allergic reaction because that's literally what the book says, that they're allergic, not break spells, but okay.
yeah. So once again, though, why is Butch wearing the glasses with lights on them at this point?
I don't know, man.
Oh God.
It
Well,
isn't like it'd been fine if he wore it the entire movie. Then I would just accept it. Butch in his classics. You know, he's autistic in the hood. I don't know. It's just odd.
so bad.
And
But
then it would explain why he's been a virgin the whole time.
yeah, well, he could have easily got that fixed at this point if he would have gone in instead of Post. But Post almost sucks some leprechaun dick. Let's just say it.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
they start like they get up there. Post gives the leprechaun a
I do
joint.
like going up the ladder, the elevator.
Damn, Post. You look good for real. Fuck you, nigga.
We can't say it, but they can.
There's nothing like the fact that he said he looks good for real. I'm like, he is a muscular dude. You were just looking
Mhm.
at, man. Like that.
Yeah, it was very
I
muscular.
don't think Butch is on. I don't think he.
Now we
actually
know
looks
why
like
he's a
that.
virgin.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh my!
And now you know
we
why
ju-
his
yeah, we
first
just
instinct was to dress and drag. And wasn't he the one that suggested they went to the whore's house?
yeah.
Huh. Okay. All right. I think we just figured out Butch's preferences. They get up there, and Post and the leprechaun are smoking.
Mhm.
And the leprechaun he's about to make Post go down on him. And I think Post was going to do it. He
Mhm.
wasn't stopping. Lucky though, the leprechaun faints right before he was going to suck that dick. I mean, literally, he takes the flute and runs. We get Ice-T back.
Yes, because I was thinking, oh, cool, the movie's almost over. Oh, fuck, Ice-T is still here. This is gonna keep going.
I forgot about Ice-T at this point until Butch got shot. And Butch, his only concern is the fact that he's dying in a dress. He's not this way, Post.
Yeah, it kind of addresses both.
Is the pussy in heaven, Post?
Is there pussy in heaven, Post?
What makes him think he's going to heaven? After all the shit that they just been doing, stealing, killing, is there pussy in heaven, Post? Now, why the hell does Ice-T not just shoot Post? And once again, why the fuck does Post not play the flute?
I
mean,
don't know, man. I stopped
Um,
asking questions when I knew there was no answer. But I did like Ice-T's laugh. It was interesting. What the fuck?
well, I mean, that's after Ice-T was shot, and he still had the energy to bust the leprechaun in the back with a chair. And
Yeah. Wait,
the
which is
leprechaun,
again, chair took him down. Chair hurt him.
he's been
A
set on
chair.
fire. He had an arm shot off, but then the chair knocked him over, and the leprechaun looked very concerned at this point.
Yeah, like it hurt. And I could imagine Ice-T behind the scene, being told like, okay, so what you're saying is
He's like,
I'm a
so
pimp.
I gotta hit this little motherfucker with a chair.
So you're saying I'm like a pimp that's gonna kill a leprechaun. All right.
Oh, oh God! What was post thing here though? Like him and the leprechaun have like a limerick battle back and forth, real quick.
If this is to be post last stand, you'll have to take this flute from me cold dead hand.
I'll take it from you, homie. You'll see. 'Cause you know the Lep is the real OG.
That was weird. It made me think of Friday the 13th when the chick put the sweater on and pretended to be Jason's mom.
Oh yeah, I do
thought something
remember
weird.
that.
I thought something weird would start happening like that.
I'm perfectly okay with Post going back at him because he's supposed to be a rapper, so rhyming should be his thing. But
Okay.
why did he do it in an Irish voice or an Irish accent?
I liked it better than if it was an actual rap battle.
Well, if
Though
it
it was
easier.
incoherent and stupid just as a single clip.
So I was saying the leprechaun finally kills Ice-T, which should have happened way earlier in the movie. But he finally kills Ice-T, and while he's falling, it looks like the chain flies into the air, and we have a repeat of the beginning of the movie. And that's what I said. It lands on the leprechaun's neck. That's convenient.
Yeah.
And then we get Postmaster P is all of a sudden a huge star. And I guess this is supposed to be Vegas he's in.
He even looks slightly, maybe it's supposed to be years later that he's a big star.
Yeah, I don't know, but he's a
Yeah.
big star, but like he takes off his glasses and he's got the green eyes just like the fucking zombie whores, and the movie ends with the leprechaun doing a
the
rap.
leprechaun rap.
Lep in the hood come to do no good.
Oh
my God.
Oh, but it was badly timed. They were saying it too fast.
Very badly mixed. It was
wrong. I don't want to hurt anyone by playing any of it.
Please don't.
Okay, I am right here.
Party through the night until the dawn. Then you and I are gonna get it on. Left in the hood, come to do no good. Left in the hood, come to do no good.
There you go.
Oh God, don't do that again, please. Oh man. All right. Surprisingly, I'm done. Do you have any more notes? Because that's the end of the movie.
I gave up notes
honestly,
a long time ago.
that should have been the movie. Lep in the good is no good. There you go. That's the movie. Rotten Tomatoes. Surprisingly, critics are at a 30%. The fans are at a 31. That's extremely high. Go ahead. I want to hear your final thought on this one.
Well, this is going to be weird. When the leprechaun hits the hood in 2000, you think this could be wild, but it pays off is low. Low budget? Fine. I can forgive the cheap tricks, but this whole damn thing just sits there like bricks. The clove weed was cool. Irish curse in a blunt? Yeah, all right. But the leprechaun never said the N-word, not once. Not at all. Why no real gangs, no Bloods, no Crips in sight? Just a tiny green dude in some weird, weak magic socks. So grab your cursed medallion and hang it around this flick's neck. Bury it deep in the backyard, no marker, no check. Defty he who watches 2 hours on this bore. Leprechaun in a hood, we needed way more. I'm going to give it about a 15. That's all I can do. It would have been, if it was just Leprechaun taking on a gang and becoming a kingpin of a neighborhood, that would have been so much better.
Drop the flute. I'm going to try my best to get through this without just going on a tirade, but I definitely remember this being better when I watched it when it first came out. I'm a big fan of cheesy horror, like especially cheesy comedy horror movies. So that's why this one was surprising to me how bad it was. I need to watch the first couple again because I don't I have to notice he used limericks as much in the beginnings as he did on this one. I'm also I said I'm pretty positive there was no flute. I really did. I went back and checked. The flute was added in this movie, and
Mhm.
it's strictly for the plot point to make Ice-T big and make them whatever, and give the leprechaun his. He didn't care about his gold. He made mention of the gold like twice, but the movie had a few moments that were humorous. Some of us poetry, the stab in the eye scene, the idea to turn the douche and lube into a trap. But other than a few things, the movie sucked ass. I would only recommend a single watch to anyone that might be a Leprechaun fan, and that is just so they can say they watched them all. I, for one, will never watch this again. I'm going to be a bit lower than Rotten Tomatoes on this one, and Malcolm, me and you were dead on, brother. 15%. But if we're all out of things to say, I'm just going to say let's end this one now, and y'all have a nice day.
Ah.